Hi, I'm Derek Hudson, Public Information Officer for the City of Leesburg. Welcome to this edition of Community Spotlight. My guest today is Maria Stefanovic, Director of the Leesburg Art Center. So Maria, tell me, why do you like being here at the Art Center?
The freedom to create art.
Creation
all
is
the
good.
time.
Now, the Leesburg Art Center is not just about visual art.
No, we've got performing arts. We have the flute circle that meets here. We've got the dulcimer club that meets here. We have a band circle drum circle that's
The
starting.
drum circle, yeah, I have that here.
Yes, sir. And then they have a Saturday gathering, so they all get together and they do a jam session. What's happening with them, that they all meet monthly, so that's our performing arts series. And then with our visual arts, we've got classes, camp, and then our gallery.
You have a camp going on right now, right? A
We
summer
do.
camp?
You don't hear them because they're not in here. They've already left for the day.
Yeah.
But we do. We have early elementary that's been meeting here Monday through Friday, and they are right now studying the greats. So today was Monet Day.
Monet?
Monet. Yesterday was
Monet the painter? Claude?
Yes.
Claude?
Claude Monet.
Claude Monet, not Lisa Monet.
No,
And she's got a brother who's a musician.
she does.
But
But she was in the Cosby Show.
Oh, well, but that's art too.
Yeah, it is art. Yes.
Performing arts is not only music, it's also acting.
That's correct.
Now, what about the spoken word?
So spoken word, we host 2 events a year, the Sole Purpose event, and we free up our stage and we invite all of the artists in the community that read poetry, they write, they perform spoken word, and they come out and they present that on stage. It's kind of an open mic, but it's an art fusion event. So we have
Art fusion.
Yes, so we have painters in the room, we have appreciative audiences in the room that just want to be there because the energy's up. Musicians, songwriters, everyone comes in and they just are part of they're part of the audience and they're part of the crowd.
And it's S-O-L-E purpose,
Yes.
not S-O-U-L.
Correct.
Right, so you're not in here making soul food.
Right, no.
Why is it S-O-L-E?
Soul person.
Soul person. Okay, soul
It is
person.
yourself.
So all this is happening at one time? That's amazing.
It is. We've got a lot going on.
That's
So-
really cool. But what about the Dulcimer Club?
So the Dulcimer Club is actually made up of a group of individuals. Their official name is Celebration Dulcimers. And there's about 10, 15 dulcimers, musicians, that come in. And we have a beginning class. It's the first and third Thursday of the month. And then it's followed by the advanced class that same Thursday, but at 6 o'clock.
Now, what's Open Studio Friday all about?
Open Studio Friday is anyone that wants to get their hands dirty with a little bit of art or a little bit of visual arts comes in. We've got some of our Leesburg Art Leaguers, our artists in residence. We have a core of artists that are part of the Leesburg Center, and they come in and they help facilitate the Open Art Studio, and it's free to the public. So if you want to dabble in art, it's a great time to come in and hang out with like-minded people and maybe learn a little bit.
We were talking earlier before our grand entrance and introduction about the different aspects that art, you can actually see art
Yes.
all around us. And we
Yes.
talked about culinary art,
We did.
which
We
I'm
talked-
not the best of cooks, but we know there's an art to that.
There
we
is.
We talked about graphic arts. Is there a component for the graphic artists or the graphic artist wannabes?
Not yet. We are working on that. We are working on that. That comes with a lot of technology, and we are working to add that as part of our course registration so that we can expand on that. The one thing that links graphic art, when you start thinking of filmmaking, filmography, videography, those are huge, massive components that use graphic art to the next stage, and we really want to incorporate all of that into our performing arts education course registration that we've got going on.
So if I could sum it up, at least one way that I'd like to sum up what art is about, is that we know that everyone likes a good story.
Yes.
And when we see a movie without that underlying sound score, the music, you don't have the same emotion,
That's right.
right? So it's all of it working together,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So all of this art, when it comes together, whether it's a mural, and we'll talk about murals in a moment
Okay.
too, or whether it's a drawing, a sketching, a comic book strip, furniture, sculpture, it can all tell a story. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's absolutely true. Art is a sensory way to create. So it gives you the vehicle, yourself the vehicle to expand on emotions and put that in some sort of form, whether you're creating a structure, you're painting something, you're performing, you are crafting a really awesome recipe. That it's being able to take your emotions and unleash it with a creative, some sort of creative
Expression.
side. Yeah, it's expression, and it takes all your senses and put it down, and whoop, there it
It
is.
even helps us to learn.
Yes.
You're probably familiar with music therapy.
Yes, absolutely. And then just in general, art therapy.
Well, we're standing in front of a group of murals
Yes.
that I believe we call it the Leesburg Bicentennial Murals. So as I look behind me and to my left and to our viewers' right, and then also on this far wall over here we have 3 more murals, and then we have a couple more in the Morris House, which is
correct.
where the Leesburg Chamber of Commerce is located. Tell us a story about these murals.
So Sid Smith was commissioned in 1976 by the city of Leesburg to paint a mural that depicted the history of Leesburg for our bicentennial year. And he came up with 8 panels.
And when you say our bicentennial year, you mean the bicentennial year for the United States? Or you mean the bicentennial year for Leesburg?
For Leesburg.
Okay. 1776, Leesburg? Oh, 1876.
1876.
Math may be an art, and we're working on that, right? So if you can bear with us. For Leesburg's bicentennial
Centennial year,
year,
yes, sorry.
which was
1876.
So these murals
Yes.
tell the story of
They
Leesburg.
do tell the story of Leesburg. We're going to start with Linda Lee, who is our founding father.
Mr. Lee.
And it goes on, and it's an 8-panel mural, 40 feet long. And each depicts a specific part of Leesburg. So this is downtown Leesburg, and where they really start to build the commerce that happens here. So that's Calvin Lee. He is the one that came up with Leesburg as the name. And then it follows through and it gives pays some homage to our railroad system. We had 2 major railroads that went through, and Main Street was the in-between point. So we had a railway to backside of here, and then closer to Fountain Park. So this is downtown. This is also kind of like downtown area. Then this is out off of Lake Griffin, Burleigh Park.
Yeah, and then we have 3 more murals that actually go through different segments of time.
Yeah.
Tell me this, if Leesburg residents and then folks really all over Lake County, if they have an interest in being involved in different activities and growing their arts,
Our art palette.
skills and palette, what do they need to do?
Best thing to do is check out our website, which is leesburgcenterforthearts.com.
That's the number 4?
Nope, it is just FOR.
Leesburg Center, FORTHEARTS
Yes.
.com,
Com.
not .org
Nope,
or .net.
.com. Or they can just call me, and it's 365-0232. And we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5. We are on summer hours right now, so summer hours are till 10 to 3:30. But once kids start back in school, we're back to 5 o'clock.
All right, so if you are watching this and school is back in, then you have those hours.
Correct.